Alright people, what's going on? Denonu here, aka the man with black privilege, and in this video it's going to be some a little bit different. I'm just going to get on the mic and talk about a couple things. I know this isn't going to be like a typical commentary type video where I'm focusing on a certain topic or a few topics, but I'm going to talk about a few things as far as myself and a few other things as far as gaming and that kind of sort of thing, but it's more of like a live commentary where I'm just kind of rambling on, you know, which I normally do anyway. So, but first I'm gonna talk about YouTube here. Let me get a Crucible match going. Gonna try to do two things at once. Yeah, why not? And what I want to talk about YouTube is just it's kind of I want to talk about the situation that YouTube is in. For those of you who don't know, you know, maybe new subs may have never watched my older content if you've been a sub for a long time or what have you, but I've been doing YouTube since 2009. It may not seem like it based on my sub count and my views, but that's how long I've been doing it. I came in at the tail end of, excuse me, sorry about that. But I came in at the tail end of, let's say, about halfway in between Modern Warfare 2's life cycle, as far as like commentators and stuff goes. I didn't do commentaries at first. I kind of started with Let's Plays and that kind of sort of thing. But I didn't do commentary over it. I would just record the straight gameplay and cutscenes and just upload them on the YouTube, that kind of sort of thing. And I think I had 2 channels. This is my second one so far. My first one got shut down because I didn't know the rules of YouTube and about copyrights. I didn't do none of that. I just recorded it, edited the video, put it up. Didn't read nothing about what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do, none of that shit. So after about a year in, that channel got 3 strikes, ended up making this one. Kept on doing what I've been doing, but just read up about the rules and everything, and basically started doing commentaries, I think, what, 2 going on 3 years ago now? And been loving it ever since. I mean, I don't plan on stopping, but it just boggles my mind how some people do YouTube. And I'm not here to throw stones by any means. I'm not talking about anybody particular. I'm just talking about what I see other channels do versus what I do. And I'm not narking on anybody's success, because at the end of the day, YouTube for me is a hobby. You know, it is not my job. It's never going to be my job. I never seen the point in it. Yeah, some people make a lot of money doing it, but I could say the same thing about, yeah, some people make a lot of money, you know, selling drugs and shit too. So it's just not my cup of tea. Never will be. But it's what some people can do versus, let's say, what I can do. And I know the reason as far as why I can't do it. Like, for instance, this game, for instance, Destiny. Some people can put out a bullshit video and have it get like 50-something thousand views, but yet somebody or a channel who doesn't have a lot of subs can put more work and more content in, in their video and end up getting like no views on it. You know, it happens to me. It happens to a few people that I know on YouTube. But it is what it is. It's a shitty situation, but at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? That's, you know. And then you got the people who kind of exploit the system for their own gain, because oh, I'm getting surrounded. Because YouTube, for whatever reason, doesn't care about it all that much. They don't want, I'm not gonna say they don't want people to do it, but I think they don't care about the ethics of what they do. You know, like, they don't care that people are using, I'm not going to really call them sleazy tactics, but exploitive tactics. Like, they don't care at the end of the day. You know, as long as people are bringing more traffic to the site and all that shit, you know, they obviously don't care. But it just boggles my mind that some people will go to the extent rather, Let me talk like I've been educated and got some damn sense. But some people will go to the extent of doing tons of, let's say, shadier tactics on YouTube to get ahead, to get the better views, to get the, you know, more subs and all of that. And with me, like I said, I know YouTube is always going to be a hobby for me, no matter how big I get. Because like I said, I take it seriously, but I don't take it, like, I don't go in it like, oh man, this, like, this is going to be my way of life. Because I've always looked at YouTube like, fuck that, it's a hobby. At any time, they can pass a law where, you know, that they be like, yo, you can't make money off of gaming videos because you didn't make it. And then everybody who goes into that way of thinking is going to be like, fuck, how am I going to support my lifestyle and all this kind of sort of shit? Hey, you shouldn't have did it. You know, that's how I see it. You shouldn't have jumped in there and, you know, went with that frame of thinking, you know, thinking it was going to last forever, because nothing lasts forever. And it's not as if I can put this shit down on a resume and be like, oh yeah, I did YouTube for this years, I had this many subs. Most jobs ain't gonna give a damn. Unless you're going in for something like online marketing or something like that, they could give two fucks. But it's, some people take it way too far, and the lack of community that I see with YouTube is, it's alarming. Because most of the time, YouTube used to be about community. Like, I remember I started out at least watching YouTube videos. I mean, as somebody who watches, like, I watch YouTube videos more so than regular television. Like, I hardly ever watch regular TV. I will watch TV shows that I'm into, but as far as, you know, for like my main entertainment, I mean, like, I watch commentators. I watch COD commentators, video game stuff, you know, comic book related stuff, things that I'm into. And there used to be a community as far as YouTube where people would do dual comms with other, you know, commentators. Like, I used to watch a lot of COD and Halo stuff, and they would do dual comms, you know, they would let people upload videos on their channels. They would, you know, do all that kind of sort of stuff to try to get more exposure and to get more views. And now, and I, you know, excuse my dog barking downstairs, but he's old, he's picky, barks at everything outside. But people nowadays, they're, and it's not everybody, I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people they're just selfish. And I don't know what the hell that guy was thinking. He must have thought he was Superman, because he was just running into my bullets like I wasn't shooting him. I'm like, okay, please get blown up. Thank you. You were stupid. But punch you in the mouth. But you know, people just seem like they're selfish. Like I hardly see any dual comms. And you know, it's just and that was like a big thing, because I liked, like, for me, I like watching a video or a commentary video about people expressing intellectual ideas. Like, some of my favorite COD commentators are people who will, you know, will talk in their videos and be real about what they're talking about. And I know that for the most part, they're trying not to be fake. I'm not speaking about everybody, but everybody to a certain extent. I know I'm typically not like this, but I know a lot of people have, let's say, a persona that they present to their, you know, to their audience, and then that's what the audience, knows them as. Like, it's not their real person. Me, I'm a little bit different. Growing up, I've always was the, I'm not gonna say odd man out, but I've always been like a loner kind of sort of person, where I would keep to myself, that kind of sort of thing. And whereas most people would be, oh, you know, I want to be the popular kid, I want to do this, I want to do that. Me, I'm the other way around, where it's, I relish in the fact that I like to be by myself, you know. Grown out of that once I hit my 20s, but for the most part, I was hoping to get in there and kill that guy with my left hand. Oh, shit. But I'm somebody who relishes that lonerism, whatever you want to call it. So when I do YouTube, I started doing YouTube the same exact way. Whereas I wasn't social on YouTube. I didn't do no sub for sub. I didn't do no, you know, none of that shit that you see smaller channels do to try to get ahead and to gain more exposure. I would just be, you know, put up videos, and if people watched them, they watched them. They didn't, they didn't. And I'm still the same way now to a certain extent, but I'm more sociable as far as YouTube, as far as dealing with other channels or collabing and all that stuff. I want to do dual comms and all of that shit and talk about the things that, you know, that I'm into, but like I said, people, they're not doing that no more. It's like you see younger channels do it. That guy's behind me. But you see younger channels do it to a certain extent, but once, you know, like bigger channels and stuff like that, they just, okay, he's on my team, but they just don't do it no more. And it makes for a shitty experience. Like, it's one thing to, let me not challenge him, but it makes for, like, I'm not going to say a shitty online community, but it seems like everybody's out for themselves. And I suppose it's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, it's like, in order for everybody to grow, you included, you gotta, you know, be a part of something. I mean, it's like you take any person who is, let's say they're antisocial, a loner, let's say, you know, let's just, you know, throw them in, if they have mental issues where they can't communicate with other people well, they have all of these issues where they don't like dealing. Let's say they were completely antisocial, where just being around other people would freak them the fuck out, so they don't. It's just, you're gonna be alone for the rest of your life, and nobody can live alone for an extended period of time without at least wanting to see what's on the other side of the fence. And I think YouTube is the same way in a different aspect. Yeah, you can go in by yourself. You can, you know, do a lot of things by yourself. But until you get that mass audience, and plus, even when you get that mass audience, you still have to do marketing tricks. You still have to read your audience retention. You still got to do all of those typical things that bigger channels would normally do. But at the same time, bigger channels could also like do stuff with younger channels or earlier channels, things like that, where do dual comms, do even if I'm not saying you gotta be buddies with somebody, but you know, still like look around, and if you like what somebody else is doing, hit them up, and you know, do a video or two with them. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not costing you anything. You know what I'm saying? But people don't do that. They're selfish. They want to take all the viewers for themselves because they feel as if their viewers, you know, see somebody else, that they were going to jump ship and, you know, go watch his shit. And I don't think that's the case, because, I mean, I look at YouTube like, look, you're an entertainer. You have to be entertaining. And if people are leaving you, then that could be you could be doing everything just fine. But just like with anything else, people grow as a person. You know, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people out there who, let's say, played COD back in the day, but then let's say they grew out of it, or played Halo back in the day and then grew out of it, and now they don't play it no more. Same thing goes with watching content. Your tastes change as you get older, as with most things in life, whether it be food, entertainment, sex. I mean, everything, you know, you change as you grow older. And it's the same thing. Like, if you've been watching YouTube videos for a couple years, yeah, you may have the people that you like, but just because you like them now don't mean you're gonna like them later. So I just don't understand why people are so selfish on YouTube. Like, I know me, like, I don't do it as much because it's just, I'm a younger channel, and to me, I know a lot of people would probably do a dual comm, like if I hit somebody up who had like 100 or 200 subs, but to me, the whole thing is personality. I mean, you have to have some kind of a personality, and I know my personality isn't the best. It's not the most family friendly of personalities on YouTube, and I don't try, I don't want it to be, because I tend to think that most of the people who watch my stuff are around my age group, or let's say from high school and up, so I wouldn't even want to try to pull in any of the younger audience on YouTube. I just don't care about it. But a lot of people do, and I know a lot of people want to play those games that are only centric to, who's this guy? But they only want to play games that are, you know, pertaining to the younger audiences, or something like that, where they only want to play the popular games. And I know me, it's like, I don't care about it like that. And I do to an extent. Let me know, you know, I care about what I put up, but I know that, you know, I'm doing it for my enjoyment, like 90%. You know, I play games, I upload what I choose to upload because, you know, it's fun and I want to do it. But give me a sec, guys.